First ask you what you think about what appear, I don't want to say coordinated, but we've had central bankers from the top three central banks in the last week signaling even more hawkish footing. Is this a watershed moment for money markets?
Well, let's be clear about the vocabulary, Matt. Less dovish, not more hawkish. I think that's an important point to put on the table. What interests me a little bit about the kind of tone from the central banks is that it's all slightly different, but financial conditions are beginning to be a lot more important in the dialogue, A, and B, there's a subtle sort of switch from inflation to growth in terms of the comments. And if you like, really what the central bankers are saying is if we don't reduce accommodation as economies continue to expand, we'll actually be loosening. And we don't want to do that because financial conditions are already quite loose, and we're beginning to be a little bit concerned about some of the implications.
I've got a look actually here at financial conditions with a Bloomberg screen. Our users can access this at home or at the office, maybe more appropriately. #BTV9221 is the command to access this chart. But you can see Eurozone financial conditions in white obviously have clearly underperformed U.S. Financial conditions in blue. But they're coming back a bit. What do you think about, Ewen, about the ECB and Draghi's comments, because they seemed initially much less dovish than the market has expected from the ECB president, but he then had the ECB walk those comments back a little bit shortly thereafter, kind of confusing the markets even more than the Carney confusion.
Well,
what do you think about that?
I think we need to unpack it, Matt, between the market positioning, which has driven a lot of the fluctuation in the short term, and the fact that what Mario Draghi was saying, it is evolving a little bit, and I think the important sentence in it was the point about if we keep policy as it is and the economy continues to recover, since I'm saying the same thing I was saying a moment ago, we would be loosening financial conditions. Now, I don't think that's inconsistent with what he said after the last committee board meeting, and you can bet that in July that's going to be the only question that the reporters want to focus on. So I think what he's saying in so many words is, look, we are going to reduce the pace of accommodation. We've told you that already, and I'm just preparing you for the timing of this and the degree of this. And Mario Draghi, who's a supreme manager of communication, has previous form, as it were, in this, in the whatever it takes speech, in the Jackson Hole remarks, and I think we should look on this as a process of beginning to prepare a market for the change.